All right, guys, welcome to Tennis Sucks. I want to congratulate my friend Graham. He's now worked out 4 days out of around the last 7, I want to say. The reason that this is such an accomplishment, first of all, he's working out with Connor Derrickson. Great choice. Second, it's the first time in his life that he's felt soreness and actually continued to push through the soreness. He had never worked out being sore in his whole life. So he would literally lay on the couch or sit stagnant for roughly a week until all soreness subsided, and then and only then would he start moving again. Is this accurate?
Before I respond to that, I want to say we have a new producer, Luke, and already the first comment you make is cracking him up. It's true. I thought if you were sore, that was an indication of take a break and rest so the soreness goes away and then work out again.
Yeah.
So
he actually called me and said, I had shortness of breath. Is that normal? Like, no, like I couldn't breathe like this. Is that normal? It's like, yes, Graham, that's normal. And then this burning sensation in my legs. So much burn.
I wasn't trying to be comical.
No, he was not at all.
The shortness of breath was
frightened.
abnormal.
It actually frightened him.
And the soreness in my legs was different than I ever felt. It was like, sometimes I get sore where my legs like want to give out. This was more of like a burning, like someone lit my legs on fire. Yeah. I can't explain it.
No, you can. It's very normal.
I've never felt
it's
that
absolutely
before.
Very normal when you push your body to a certain extent.
I have to say, if anyone else is out there that works out and then takes a week off because of soreness, then works out, takes off a week, don't do that, because I worked out 2 days later, extremely sore. When I left the workout, I was feeling better. It worked really well.
Incredible. And who gave you that advice?
It's been like a week and a half, and I'm really not that sore.
Who gave you that input?
That was you.
Thank you. You're welcome. I appreciate you acknowledging that for once.
All right.
Okay.
What a great intro to this day. So, first thing on the itinerary for today is seeding at the PPA.
Yeah.
And how you don't like it.
It's not that I don't like it. I just think it's just unfair and it's illogical. You have a merge essentially where players are playing on the ATP or APP tour last year. So guys like Zane, for instance, is listed as like the 25th best singles player or something like that because he hasn't acquired PPA points. Myself, I've been in a quarter basically in every singles event, and I'm below guys who have barely won a match because they had PPA points from last year. The PPA point structure is 18 months. So, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about it because it is what it is, but given the way that the two tours or players came over from the APP last year, it seems like it would be a good idea to shorten that time frame or to just purely go off Duper's ratings to give it, make it a little more fair. You got guys like Deiken also, who are really low on the totem pole at the moment in the PPA standings. And yeah, I think I've been in like Federico's quarter, which I can't stand playing that guy. He's a pain in the ass. Every time in singles, this time second round Ben Johns. I think I've only lost to 2 people this year, which is Staxrud and McGuffin once, and they were all quarters in a semi, I believe. And I just think it needs to be adjusted to make it not so favorable to the guys who played the PPA last year, but just, a level playing field for all at this particular juncture.
Have you looked into how the point system works? Like, I spent about an hour on it today.
Oh, really?
It's complicated.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
An hour didn't have me fully figure it out.
I do my best just to honestly focus on the player in front of me and play. I think if I looked at it, I'd get a little frustrated at the lack of adjustment based on the new players coming in.
So they have it on the site. Here's my understanding. I don't think I'm completely right, but this is close. You're right, 18 months. They go back 18 months.
Right.
But they wait the last 12 months. 80% of your last 12 months of play is responsible for your points. You can get points based on how high a level of a tournament is. So, for instance, there's 5 majors this year, and those are worth 2,000. So if you win, Atlanta's the next major coming up, which is this weekend, happens to be. If Ben John wins singles, he's going to get 2,000 points for that.
I got that.
Okay, and then it goes down from there. It's like 800, 600. You get some points for just playing.
Yeah, that's very similar to I think they're literally following tennis's exact model. Tennis, if you win a Grand Slam, it's 2,000 points. You win a Masters 1,000, it's 1,000 points. You win an ATP 500, it's 500 points. You win an ATP 250. So, like, for instance, the tournament they just put on in Boise is a 250.
Yeah, that's they're calling it.
Yeah, there's 250. There's no appearance fee. It's the smallest possible event.
So PPA has a 250, a 500, a 1,000, and a 2,000.
I believe so. I believe they're following the same model as the ATP, yeah.
Okay. Got it. So then you probably do understand.
But ATP does a 12-month system, not an 18-month.
So I'm not sure, but I don't think your points from your. So I want to go over what you are right now. Do you know what you're ranked in all of these?
I do. I do not have any clue.
You don't? Okay.
No.
So
I just know every time I look at the seating, I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah. So in men's doubles, you are currently 21st.
Shocking.
You have 2,530 points.
Yep.
In the last 18 months.
Okay. So essentially, I have 2,000 something points in 3 months, or 4 months.
Kinda. I mean, you'd be shocked. You actually have some weird PPA wins or places way back in the day, but they're very small.
What do you mean? I didn't play. Oh yeah, I played one PPA last year.
Yeah. And then you're behind guys like. So this is a good example. I didn't go down the whole list, but like Spencer Smith is number 20.
Right. And Spencer's a very good player,
In
but
men's
Spencer
doubles.
obviously acquired a lot of points last year playing all PPAs, just based on results this year. You know, the pretty outperformed him a fair bit. So that is just one example of maybe what wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. So if you in essence, if you get a bronze or a silver in Atlanta, you'll double your points in every single category you're in.
Wow.
Which is wild.
Big tourney.
Big tourney. In mixed, you have 1,855 points. That puts you at 13th.
Yep.
In the point system.
Okay.
And then in singles, you have 1,270 points, and that puts you at 12th.
Got you.
In singles. And I'm not sure if that includes your North Carolina result or not, because PPA on
I don't
the
think it
website,
does.
if you can make a correction on this, you have this table explaining the points, covering up all the latest results, and you can't get rid of it. So
Okay.
I want to work on that. But yeah, there's 5 major slams. We've only played one so far. That was Arizona, was a Grand Slam.
Right.
And then we have Atlanta coming up this weekend. Then these are all worth 2,000 points. Then PPA Cincinnati, September 7th, is a Grand Slam.
Gotcha.
Championships in Vegas, October 5th, is a Grand Slam. And then
Yeah.
the finals in San Clemente,
Correct.
November 30th, is a Grand Slam.
Cool.
Those are all big ones still ahead of you to come.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, yeah. So again, I don't think they're going to change the point structure, but I know a lot of players that are coming in essentially new to the PPA last year, but have been playing pickleball for a long time, are just a little bit irritated with that system.
It makes sense.
It
yeah.
doesn't. It just favors the guys who have, guys are getting better draws. For instance, like Loong and Dawson have been seeded like 4th every time. They're not the 4th best team, obviously. That's a ludicrous claim. So just certain scenarios like that. You get kind of the luck of the draw. If you get Ben and Colin, obviously the best team in the world, then there's obviously Dylan and JW, and then of course there's Riley and Matt, who are really the 3 best teams, and so you're really hoping just not to be in their sections.
Right, so you can at least get to a semi without having to play a top 3 seed.
Right, well for us it's at least getting to a quarter, because we end up
quarter.
in those round of 16, we generally play those guys.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. But that's the way it goes. You gotta beat the best to get up there.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's another thing. So they have something called like the race, points to the race.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? Like, what's the race for?
Well, so the race is just annual. So they're starting that this year. They did that because of a guy's appearance fees and, the race of the finals and so forth. All of that is based on this year and this year alone.
Got it.
So they are, just as tennis does, they have a 52-week ranking, and then they also have a race that just shows your results for that year, and that's what they're doing.
Okay. So there's a couple of events coming up that I feel like you should be in, but you probably
I'd be curious what I am in the race. I don't know those numbers. Do you?
They're less.
Yeah, of course.
So if you have 2,500, you have like 1,500 in the race.
Okay, but I understand less points, but my ranking, I assure you, is higher.
They're similar.
That's not possible.
We'll have to look.
Okay, we'll have to look.
I didn't
It's not
understand race,
possible.
so I couldn't tell you.
Right, yeah, because that would say like, I can rate 5 guys off the top of my head in doubles that I'd be ahead of based on this year alone that are, anyway, it doesn't matter.
They have it on the website. We can look it up
Okay.
pretty quick. So there's a couple of events I'm wondering if you're going to get a bid to play in. One is they're doing a USA versus the world event.
That's cool.
You heard about that?
I have not.
All right. Put in a request that you want to play that.
Okay.
That's
Where
a
is
fun
it?
one. I think it might be in Vegas, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
And then there is what they have like in All-Stars at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's all. That's the one in Vegas.
That's
that
at
I know
Mandalay
of.
Bay.
Yeah.
Any bid for that, or are you an
I
All-Star?
don't know how they're doing it.
Okay.
I have no idea what the criteria is.
All right. Time to start,
Just win, man. If I just win, it
That's
takes care of
true.
itself.
That's true. Like a
fucking
win
win.
in Atlanta is huge. Doubling
fucking
your
win,
points
man.
and
Like, I don't
one
even think
event.
about that shit, because if I win, then it all takes care of itself.
You're just behind Colin Johns. He's at 15,000 points. So you're just slightly behind him at 2,500.
Go fuck yourself. Let's move on.
All right. Another interesting thing that you brought up to me is Steve Deiken's playing singles this week in Atlanta.
Way to go, Deeks. What the fuck are you thinking, buddy? What are you thinking, man?
Aren't you glad he isn't your partner in doubles this weekend after playing a singles
I'm
round?
not going to say that because the guy was a fucking stallion.
He could be dead, though. He could.
Stallion last. Dude, I hurt myself in the last singles event. Steve, I'm a little worried about you. I'm wondering what the logic is here. But I hope your body holds on, and maybe it will. Maybe you're just the smooth Molson Canadian machine. But those singles days are fucking brutal.
We got to watch some of that. I hope we get one.
Yeah, I hope that they
stream.
put me on, and then you're delayed for whatever reason, and then I get to go watch you, Stevie. You're playing Rafa Hewitt. Good
First
luck.
round?
Yep, good luck.
Scott Rafa?
Yep.
All right, yeah, good luck, Steve. The other topic you brought up was we noticed Andrei Daescu is using a new paddle. Viking is the company.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to say, also in the singles draw, Pablo Tellez plays Zane Navratil. Zane, at one point last year, was essentially rated as the highest ranked singles player by one of the ratings, like PPR or something. He was the #1 player in the world, and now he's playing Pablo, who's been on a tear. That's just one example of the draws. I think Zane's the 23rd seed in the PPA event this week. That seems a little skewed. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, that's tough. So his first round is Pablo.
His first round, like Pablo Zane, first round, that's pretty brutal. Zane's very, very good.
That's tough. That's tough.
Okay, so, sorry, go ahead.
So the other topic was Andrei Daescu was playing a new paddle, which he won with again.
Yeah, he won
the Viking.
He won doubles and mixed, and he was down big in mixed against Nunnery and Susanna Barr. I'm going to say this now. Susanna Barr is the most underrated female in pickleball. She is. She chops people up. She wins left and right. She's very, very good. But yes, Daescu was using a new paddle called the Viking. You told me that they're a Padel company, which I was not aware of.
Yep.
Daescu ended his contract with Selkirk on May 1st, said that Viking gave him a good deal, and he got to design the paddle himself. So for the last several months or period of time, he's been designing this paddle. He says it's slightly less powerful than the 002, but grittier. So sounds like a pretty good makeup, and he was playing well with it. Looked like he had good feel, good pop. And yeah, guy didn't lose again, so not too bad. I mean, it's not, well, anyway, I won't go there.
But it was a decent sponsorship, you think?
Yes, I think he got decent dough out of
it. Better than what he was doing.
Yes, it sounds like it was a favorable deal for him, and I'm sure he's getting a share of the sales from that particular paddle. The paddles that I saw on the website, though, for Viking, I don't think it's out yet because it looked like they had paddles that were wrapped, like a gearbox type paddle, and this paddle definitely had an edge guard on it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure, but it was interesting. They have like a really thin paddle. I want to say a 9 or 11 millimeter paddle on their website, and then Daescu's looks thick. It looks like a 16.
Yeah. All right, something to check out.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be on all the paddle review, Instagram influencers soon.
I'm sure it will. It's definitely a funky looking paddle. Not the greatest graphics I've seen, but it's different. You're gonna notice it.
It looks better in my opinion, on the website than it does
when you're watching.
When you're watching on the stream. Yeah.
Got you.
Okay. Next topic, and Luke, chime in whenever you want so people can get a feel for the fill-in producer here.
I'll try my best.
What are you going to Atlanta? Are you playing any tournaments this year?
I don't think so. No.
No?
Unless you want to bring me with you, Graham, then I can carry you for a couple.
All right. We got to get you back out there.
Yeah, look,
you used to play a lot.
You're in Carolina during a PPA event, but yet you don't play.
I know.
So randomly, I'm in the airport, Concord Airport, might add. There's like 300 people there total, and Luke's there. Nothing to do with pickleball. Just probably seeing a concert or something, living the dream.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bad pickleball player for missing out on that PPA. I regret it.
All right, so the next topic is MLPalooza, which I have huge beef with.
It's ridiculous to have such beef with this. You should be so fucking grateful.
So
once again, your gratitude is not being felt. You have so many things to be grateful to me for, and you don't acknowledge them on a daily basis, which you should. I mean, you really should. I acknowledge mine on a daily basis. It kind of pulled me out of the gutter, got me an apartment, that's it. But what I did for you is fucking never ending.
All right,
okay?
So
all right, go ahead.
MLPalooza.
Yep.
They asked us if the owners of MLP teams wanted to play like games, a tournament.
Amazing that you're an owner. It's awesome.
Yeah, of course I want to play.
Yeah.
Thinking it's going to be like fun rec games that just happen on the side while you're at, MLP.
Right.
All of a sudden I get an email. There's going to be a draft. You have coaches that are pro players. And so I read down these pro players. It's the captains are Ben Johns, Georgia Johnson, James Ignatowicz, Vivian David, Jesse Irvin, Zane Navratil, Leah Jansen, and Rafa Hewitt are the coaches.
Original coaches.
Team captains.
People had to be added.
And so they're doing a draft. They're streaming it, in between the championships of the real pro MLP. And so now there's this huge pressure, and I'm hearing there's big gambling going on. The coaches are betting against each other, and the
Huge money
team
going back and
owners are
forth.
betting huge money.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 figures
Oh my God.
type bets. I don't know, something absurd.
Yeah, it is.
Possibly, it's just hearsay, but. And so I look at the draft. I'm 6th on the board. Behind one of the tops is James Blake, the pro, what was he? Pro tennis
Amir
player.
Deli. James was like 4 in the world.
4 in the world in tennis.
Made finals of the year in Masters one year. Guy's a damn good player.
Yeah.
Quite the athlete.
Another one is Amir Delic, who
Yep.
I think won a NCAA championship in
Yeah,
tennis.
and got to around 40 or 50 in the world in singles, and has a better skill set for pickle than James. He's fucking 6'5", long, great hands, smooth as silk. And funny, so there's I won't go to your dream breaker format yet, but we can finish with that. The strategy that I'm going to give you.
Don't give the strategy away on the pod, then they're going to...
There is no strategy, guys.
Oh.
The only strategy is that they miss.
There's some good players, but so I was...
But those two should not be allowed to play. Like, that's bullshit. If they can play, I can play. That's not fair.
All right, so I'm thinking in my head, starting to talk to I'm getting a call from James Ignatowicz at 10 o'clock at night. Hey, how much you been playing? How many tournaments are you playing? Are you practicing? How's your singles game? James Ignatowicz, literally Papa Jimmy, was on the phone with me for almost an hour drilling me about my game because he's got the 3rd pick and thinking about going with me. I tell him I'm playing terrible, which maybe I am or I'm not. I'd like to go 6th through 8th. I think that's the best position to get taken because then I'm getting a 9th through 12.
James has the 3rd pick.
James is the 3rd pick. With 3rd pick, that means I'm getting my partner's going to be the 16th pick because it's snake draft. And then I'm the alpha and the 16th. We're not a good
That's
looking.
not necessarily true.
We're not a good looking team.
That's not necessarily true.
And so I'm thinking if I go 6th, 7th, or 8th, then first off, I get maybe a coach that I want, and I get a partner that's much higher up than Amir Delic is getting or James Blake is getting at 1 or 2. And so I have it set up perfect.
You don't get to set it up. You don't get to make the draft.
I
You're
had
a
it set
player.
up. I had
You're
it
a
set up.
nobody.
All of a sudden, I guess Vivian was feeling under the weather. They get a hold of Travis to fill in for the draft.
Yeah.
5th pick, Travis takes me. So
He was the highest duper player on the board.
3 things I want to complain about. One
He
is...
just went 2 to 3.
Yeah, 3. I just thought of 3.
Jesus. I got a lot of complaints too.
I see Travis every day. I got to put up with his bullshit every day. Now he's my
Bullshit?
coach in the one fun event I'm going to be doing all year. He's my coach, and he's already out on the court saying, I need you to work on this. I need you to stop missing.
Yeah,
Just-
I came out to Crescent one day just to mess with him. I wasn't even playing. I just came out to watch. I'm like, Graham, you got to move on that ball. Graham, you got to drop there. Don't drive. After about 3, he just puts his head down. I can't do this.
That's the first thing. Secondly, Zane, right after the draft, sends me a text. I was going to take you at 6th.
He's
which
just trying to stir shit up.
was, for me, the exact coach and pick I wanted. Some quality time with Zane.
Not getting equality. I wouldn't give you 5 minutes.
I know Zane. He's unlike you. He's friendly and thoughtful and
Really?
caring.
Was
and
Drain out here drilling with you today?
He
'Cause
knows
I
how,
was.
He knows how to teach people. He's a good instructor.
I'm a phenomenal instructor.
He's good at pickleball.
He's all right.
And he's got a good attitude, and he's funny.
He's very funny.
He's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, he does have a good sense of humor.
So I'm missing out on that. And because I went 5th, I dropped further down for who my partners are in every round.
Dude, you got great partners.
I
And
did.
you have a very fun team. Like, you're bitching about your partners. You got Brooks Wiley, his friend Mikey Galley or Gallon, I don't even know his name. But I'm sure he's great. Brooks
He's
told me
younger,
he's
by
awesome.
the way. He looks young.
Look, I'm sure he's great. And then, come on, man, we got Di Pietro. We got Giulio. Like, come on. This is going to be a fucking blast.
we do
He's
have
a
a good
steal in the 4th round. Ask him.
If I could trade captains, I'd actually be very happy with the team.
You got Viv. Viv will do it.
All right, Viv, please throw Travis out.
I'll be very quiet.
Here's some other notables
Highly
I put down in there, which you may or may not know. Tim Klitsch, he's the owner of the Ranchers. Doug Ellen, I don't know who that is, but you talk about him a lot.
Doug? Yeah, he's the guy who founded. He did Entourage. He was the writer and creator of Entourage.
Oh, writer and creator of Entourage is playing in it.
Yeah, he owns a part of the Chicago Slice now.
Owns a piece of the Chicago Slice. Nice. Dom Catalano. He's one of the broadcasters for Pickleball that you probably hear all the time. Caitlin Kerr, Pickleball chick.
Yep.
Cameron.
That was I had a pick between Brooks and Caitlin. I chose Brooks. Caitlin's been giving me some shit about it. But I think I made the right choice, Caitlin. I needed an alpha male, and Brooks is definitely that guy. He's risky. He's going to crush it.
Cameron Irwin. Cameron Irwin,
broadcaster,
also broadcaster
for the Rams,
future pro,
AVP,
past pro pickleball player, right?
I don't think so, bro.
No?
Nah.
Who am I thinking of? Cameron Blackwood?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry. Broadcaster Connor Pardo, owner of the PPA.
Owner of the PPA. He and his brother are playing, I believe.
Steve Kuhn.
Stevie.
Founder of MLP.
He's going to be crushing it.
And Timmy Parks, everyone's favorite owner/GM.
I do love Tim Parks.
Everyone except the PPA loves him.
At the moment.
He'll be back. Anyway, good event, fun event. It became a big thing, so now I got to go to trainer. I'm eating healthier. I'm practicing singles. I want to be more prepared since this has become like a real thing. And cash prizes too, on top of it.
Yeah, I think the GM actually gets like $3,000 for winning. So.
Oh, the coach does?
Yeah.
Wow.
I want some bread.
Jesus.
and all the other coaches, James, Leia, they have side bets of themselves.
Are you side betting at all?
I have not yet, just because I don't like my first pick as of now. Not liking the way he's
neither
looking.
is your first pick.
I'm not liking the way he's looking in practice.
Your first pick doesn't like your first pick.
Yeah. He's going to, although I will say the only time I ever saw Graham in a pressure situation, well, I don't know if it's pressure. I've seen him bad in some, so I retract this immediately. But he did play center court MLP against Warfel. What's his name?
Yeah, Danny Warfel.
Danny Warfel and Kyle Yates. Probably the best he's ever played. Guy was moving like a gazelle.
That's not the best I've ever played.
He was playing insane. Okay, didn't miss a drop. Very high level stuff. So once, I feel like once shit's on the line, Graham's got some balls. If you have a head this big, then let's show the people. This is what Graham puts his hat on. Ever seen anything like that? Anybody ever seen that? Seen that, Luke?
Luke, that feels normal to me.
I think it's the camera that makes it look like it's added 10 pounds.
I did this last time. I can put a fist in my head like this, and the hat's still big on me. The way Graham wears it.
How many snaps do you? Oh yeah, his is like yours.
Of course, he's normal.
I've never thought my head is
the largest cranium I've ever seen.
I've never thought that. Great.
It's proportionate though somehow. You look kind of like a bobblehead, but not really.
Maybe we could reach out to Bobblehead, get some sponsorships there.
That'd be an incredible bobblehead.
Bobblehead's a new sponsor.
Sick. Get on that, Luke. We need it.
All right, so check it out if you want. Watch some famous people, not us, play some pickleball on a stream during MLP. All right, other news we have here is we had a surprise stop by SherBear himself.
SherBear. SherBear is, for those of you that don't know Ryan, I don't even know where to start.
He
calls me and asks me to practice. Okay? And I'm thinking, this is going to be great. SherBear is a beast. Singles, obviously, a beast. He's going to come. We're going to play 4, 5, 6 games, grind it out in the Florida sun, give a nice sweaty pat on the back, and then go grab some food. Normal. Okay, the guy shows up. We're playing doubles instead of singles, so we got Graham and Austin Chikaidalov out here. About halfway through the game, I got to say, the guy's not looking great. Face is starting to get a little bit beet red. Looks a little flustered. And the guy's body heat is just through the roof. He says he hasn't been outside in a while. He's been playing indoors, so he's not used to the Florida heat. And he had to remove himself from the practice, run to the nearest gas station to get ice.
First, he tried to DoorDash it.
Yeah, he tried to DoorDash ice here, which we thought the guy might just hand you a bag of cold water, which would be unacceptable. So he proceeds to play the next game. He's not playing at a high level, I got to tell you. He was struggling. And I want to say Graham and I went 4-0 total, or 3-0. 3-0. Because we played 2 before he left, remember? 1 here, and then he left. It was 3 games total.
Oh, it was?
3 games total.
With a half-hour break in between.
With a half hour in between after the first 2 games. Thought he was going to come back and maybe put some ice on his head, be normal, but he couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. So he drove here. basically had me cancel other practices, middle of my day, so that he could essentially not practice.
He had bad pizza on the drive up.
That's what the theory was. And the
Florida Heat.
And
Florida
then
Heat and bad pizza.
He's going to Orlando this morning. God bless the guy. After Orlando, he flies to Atlanta, then he flies to Vegas, then he goes home. And this is SherBear 101. SherBear 102, the second course is if he comes to your house to stay, which he did to mine. First, make sure he showers immediately when getting in the door because he sat on my white chair with his full sweat. My missus was not thrilled with this. So I proceed to give him a towel, and then he ends up, and this is my fault, the air conditioning in my main part of my home is not working great, so he sleeps on the couch. He proceeds to eat like Reese's peanut butter cups and the Belvita cheeses, like the little circle ones with the wax, tends to fall asleep with the wax
Bluebell?
on the
Bluebell,
there you go.
Baby
With the
Bell.
wax, Baby Bell, that's it. Falls asleep with the wax under him. Leaves this morning wrappers everywhere, shit everywhere, nothing made up. And the Baby Bell wax is stuck to my couch. My 4-year-old daughter, for 5 months on this white couch, has asked me every time, Daddy, are my hands okay? Can I go on the couch? Yes, my love, you're good. This grown-ass man, who I love, I say this with love, SherBear, you're just a fucking different breed, buddy, literally stains my couch in his 12-hour stay. So I'm working on it. I'm going to try to get the red shit out, SherBear, but I don't know if I can, buddy. Dion's not happy. She's pissed.
Ryan, it's not your fault. Travis knows you. He stayed with you before. And
yeah, I should have known better.
I'm thinking
But hey,
I'm thinking of Dave Chappelle.
You always fuck
F
your
you.
couch. Yeah, it was definitely a fuck your couch moment. But SherBear, you're always welcome back. I'm just going to have to set some ground rules upon the walk-in. And when we got lunch yesterday, his credit card didn't work, so I had to buy lunch because he couldn't figure it out on the Apple Pay. It failed like 19 times in a row. I'm pretty sure that's probably because Spearmint Rhino in Vegas or something. Lord knows where that thing got maxed out at. But you're one of a kind, bro. Love you.
Ryan, I want you back.
We want you back. Yeah, you gotta remember this is tryouts for Florida Smash, minor league second season. You need another look, bro. You got another look.
All right, I think that's all we had. It's a short one.
Short one. We don't have much today, but we gotta get it in.
Do you want to talk about, before we go, the Dink Tim Parks PPA ordeal? Is that
I don't know that much about it. All I can say is that Tim, and I fucking love Tim Parks, is just an honest guy. He's just giving his opinion, and I think that he gets in trouble for that sometimes, but I don't want to say too much about it because it's not.
Did you watch that pod?
I didn't.
I did, and I didn't remember anything being all that. So I think the PPA is upset with the Dink and Tim Parks about talking poorly about the PPA. That I think, and I don't remember.
I think
what
that's
he said.
the case, but I don't know the details of what he said. But I know Tim. Like he's going to talk and be himself and voice his opinion. I think Tim's a very smart guy. I think he's extremely loyal to MLP as he should be. I think he thinks that's the best model for the sport, which in my opinion it is as well. I like the team format. I hope pickleball, in the end of the day, doesn't follow tennis, that it just goes in the direction of all ages, genres, everybody competing together. And every sports league in the world that's successful is teams. And yeah, I think that's what he expressed. I don't know if he had more to say than that. Maybe he didn't say it in the kindest fashion, but fuck, man, Tim, keep being yourself, buddy. Like, you know me, I respect it.
Yeah, now that I think about it, he was saying how MLP is a much better format than PPA, and probably part of the problem is we're trying to create a partnership, and maybe that upset the PPA.
That's possible, yeah.
And
it's very difficult.
Tim Parks with MLP, and
right, and it's very difficult to know what the right way to go is, and obviously there's a lot of moving parts between PPA and MLP. So I don't really have a lot to say on it because I'm not knowledgeable enough to speak, but I love the MLP format. I'm for it. I think it's where pickleball should go in general, and that's the only thing I have to really say.
But I think they came down hard on the Dink. They're like telling them that they can't ever post PPA content anymore over one pod.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they're trying to protect their brand. I know that everybody in pickleball right now seems to be hypersensitive for whatever reason, whether it's a brand or a league, or everyone's trying to protect their place in the sport, and I understand it. Just don't know if I agree with it, but it is what it is.
Luke, I should have asked this before we started. Do you have anything for us? Any questions? How was your first day? Was this easy?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy. Listening to you guys.
That's
I have
good.
to spend every weeknight at Crescent Lake hearing you guys anyway, so I might as well,
It's similar to just us talking, right?
Yeah,
Like we're at Crescent
exactly.
Lake.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Do you have any comments or questions? Do you want to say anything about you? I think you're...
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Luke.
Are you-
Luke has extremely
Originally from-
fast hands. Not the best decision maker I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He does have fast hands.
Super
and
fast.
fast legs. He's quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, he's a fast runner. He can sprint.
Yeah.
This is a relative term, but Graham, everyone's fast next to you. And I want to say, Graham, before I move back to Luke, you're the fastest you've ever been this week. Let's just
my
talk about that really fast. I've never seen Graham run for balls the way he has this week. Thank you, Connor Derrickson. But yeah, you're fast, Luke.
I try to be. I played softball for a little bit. Obviously, grew up playing soccer or football, as I would call it. But
Yep.
I'd be willing to challenge Graham to a race.
Oh, I
you
don't
would
want to do that.
Fuck Graham up in a race.
Unless it's 5 miles.
Graham can't beat that infant over there.
We'll wait till his soreness clears up, then we'll.
That could be a while.
We'll see what we can do.
Actually, I don't even think he's sore right now. He's already such a beast. He can just train right through.
I'm actually not sore at the
I know.
moment.
You're an animal.
But Luke, I'm
Yeah.
not bad in distances because I'm tall. I have a long stride.
You have a long stride, correct.
Yeah, 100 all day you got me, but in 800, I think I'm right there.
You might be right. Yeah, I don't really run
you
more than
sure?
a couple of seconds.
I'm decent at those kind of distances.
I would love to see that.
I'm not bad.
Oh shit! You know what I forgot to do tonight? The hairspray. I forgot it.
Damn.
it. So can anyone, if you guys are on there, can anyone vouch for this? And we're going to try this. If you spray hairspray on your paddle, does it create more grit or more stick on the ball? We haven't tried this, but we think that might be some illegal shit we can try to get away with.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
You think that would
Remind
pass
us.
testing?
No, it won't pass testing. You do it after the fact. Get your paddle. And then we're going to come out here. We're going to spray them. We're going to play some rec play and see how hard we can spin
No,
the
I'm
ball.
gonna do it in a tournament. See what happens.
Well, they test for that.
I'm being sarcastic.
It would be great if the ball just kind of stuck to the paddle.
That's what I think. I think it sticks on there for a second. You get more zing.
All right, Luke, here's a question I have
Yeah.
for you. What are the odds Travis actually hits a nasty Rettenmeier this weekend?
Oh, I would say 70%.
Oh, please.
Let's go.
More like
70.
7%.
70%, bitches. It's happening. This is the tournament where it comes to life. This is where I make my statement in the sport.
Yeah.
All right, so
Fuck
everybody
yes.
watch Atlanta PPA.
Great.
Apparently.
Hey, Luke, don't release this till Friday night.
No, he's doing it tonight.
Shit. All right, well.
Everyone get your bets
No
in
one's
now.
gonna remember. No one's gonna watch and fucking. But I'm coming for you guys. Nasty Rettenmeiers are coming all over the show. And if I hit him, just so you know, Graham's paying me money if I get you,
It is.
and he's
yeah.
paying me money even for the attempt, but more if I get you.
Yep. All right.
Thank you guys. Tennis
Thanks,
sucks.
Luke.
Don't ever play it. It's fucking awful.
Welcome to the team. Yeah, tennis
Thanks.
sucks.
Good to be here. Tennis does suck. Never played it, never will.
Great job.
Thank you, Sunday Swagger.
Thank you, Sonny Sauer. Thank you,
Selkirk.
Selkirk.
Sweet
fucking
new
good.
shirts, sweet new hats. We're loving it.
Yeah, great shit. The best there is. Nicest guy ever.
It does hold up well, man. I washed and washed it. Doesn't
lose color one bit.
Doesn't wrinkle.
No,
Stretches
the
all over
hats
the
are money.
place.
Every person that I give a hat or a shirt, right away they're like, I bought 7 shirts. I bought 8 shirts.
It's
They're
high
fucking
quality.
obsessed with it.
It's high quality.
Yeah.
And so is Selkirk.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for the support.
All right.
Peace out.
All right.